Good morning, students. Now the today topic is Hardy-Weinberg principle. This Hardy-Weinberg principle is also termed as Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Now here this type of equilibrium given by two scientists. One is Hardy and next one is Weinberg. Here Hardy is mathematician, Weinberg is a physicist. Both mathematician and physicist, they enter into biology and they given a scientific experiment for evolution. Here both these Hardy and Weinberg, they given statements like this, in which the first statement is like this: allelic frequency in a population is stable. This is the first statement given by Hardy and Weinberg. In this, so here what is this allelic frequency in a population is stable. Here allele is nothing but alternative form of genes. Alternative form of genes is termed as allele. Here what is alternative form? When we are talking about a homologous pair of chromosomes, so already we know human beings exhibit 23 pairs of chromosomes. Now this is one pair of chromosome. Now this pair of chromosomes are termed as homologous pair of chromosomes. On these chromosomes, genes are located like this. Now that region is called as locus or loci. Now these genes are responsible for one character. So a pair of genes which are responsible for one character, that pair of genes we are called as a allele. Already we know in genetics there are three different types of alleles are there for one of the character called height. For height character, three types of alleles are there in total plants, pea plants. Here capital T, capital T. Capital letters are indicates of dominant. Here capital T, this type of genes are present on these chromosomes means the type of plant exhibit a tall character. Now such type of individuals are called as homozygous dominant. Homozygous dominant. Instead of capital T, here one is capital T is there and one is a small t. Means one is dominant gene and one is recessive gene. In this case, the plants are of not completely tall and not completely dwarf. Those are of medium size. So such type of characters we are termed as heterozygous. Heterozygous tall. Now, and the last one is instead of capital T means dominant genes, both are of recessive genes are there. Now such type of characters we are termed as homozygous recessive. Means this type of characters are of exhibited by small plant. Means dwarf characters. Now all these three genes are responsible for only one character. That character is known as height. For height character, in entire plant population, three different types of genes are there. Maybe homozygous dominant, heterozygous dominant, or homozygous recessive. So for one character, three different types of categories are there in any population. Now this type of pair of genes we are termed as allele. The type of pair is known as allele. Then what about frequencies? Here frequency is nothing but, if we are talking about a single individual, this is called as allele. If you are talking about entire population, for example in a population 100 individuals are there, in that 100 individuals only 10 members are of completely tall. Completely tall means for that tall character, genes are responsible, that the genes are called as homozygous dominant. So if we are talking about homozygous dominant genes in that 10 individuals in entire population, that is called as a frequency. Frequency related to total population. And if we are talking about single individual, that is known as allele. Now finally, allelic frequencies. Allelic frequencies in a population is completely stable. See here, that frequencies are of mainly three different types, not more than three. If any character, if you are talking about any character, for that character only three types of alleles are of responsible. That's why those are of stable. And next, this allelic frequency is a constant from generation to generation. Generation to generation. For example, both are of homozygous dominant individuals. After mating, they produces individuals. That individuals are also like these characters. So if one is homozygous dominant, one is heterozygous dominant, if these two individuals are of crossing, same these characters also repeated, not other characters. So like that, all these allelic frequencies are of constant from generation to generation. Like these three types of alleles only possible, not more than three. Next, gene pool remains constant. Here gene pool means total number of genes and their alleles. Here we are talking about only one height character. Like this, so many characters are there in our body, like color, character, everything. So for each and every character, one gene is responsible. The alternate forms are, all genes are called as alleles. Now the total genes with their alleles together called as gene pools. That gene pool is also remains constant. So allelic frequency in a population is stable. That allelic frequency is a constant from generation to generation, and the total number of genes and their alleles, nothing but gene pool, that gene pool is also remains constant. That is also stable. Now these three statements given by Hardy-Weinberg principle. Now finally they concluded the sum total of all these allelic frequencies, their value is about 1. If all these allelic frequencies value, if it is any population, either human beings or plants, whatever it may be, in any population, the allelic frequency value is about just 1. If the value changes more than 1 or less than 1, then automatically what happens? That population is not stable. If the population is not stable means what? They exhibit some other characters. If they exhibit some other characters means they are going to evolve. They are developing into new types of species. So if the population frequencies are of stable, then the population does not exhibit any new types of individuals. If the population frequency is going to change more than 1 or less than 1, then automatically from that population new varieties of organisms are evolved. So if there is no frequency change, then the population is stable. Okay. Now finally they given two types of formulas. One is P plus Q is equals to 1, and P plus Q whole square is equals to P square plus 2PQ plus Q square is equals to 1. Finally the formulas values they given as 1. This is like A plus B whole square formula, A square plus 2AB plus B square. Now here what is P, what is Q? Let me see what is P square and what is Q square and what is 2PQ. Here simply P is equals to frequency of dominant allele. Frequency of dominant allele. Whereas Q is equals to frequency of recessive allele. Frequency of dominant alleles is termed as P. Small q is equals to frequency of recessive alleles. Here the capital P's are also indicated by capital A or capital T or capital M, whatever it may be. So all capital letters, all capital single letters are indicates frequencies of dominant alleles. Whereas all small letters, whether it is Q, whether it is small a or small t, whatever it may be, all these are single small letters, they indicates the frequencies of recessive allele. Next, P square, also indicated by capital T or capital A. If two capital letters are giving, they are simply called as A square or P square. Here the meaning of P square is frequency of homozygous dominant genotypes. Homozygous dominant genotypes. Whereas Q square is equals to frequency of homozygous recessive genotypes. For genotypes, P square or Q square. Next, 2PQ. Here 2PQ is equals to the frequency of heterozygous dominant genotype. All genotypes indicated by P square, Q square and 2PQs. Clear? Simple P is indicates dominant allele, simple Q indicates recessive allele frequencies. So by heart all these, what is P, what is Q, what is P square, like this. Based on this, different types of problems they are asking. For example, here one problem. In a Hardy-Weinberg population, the total number of individuals are of 1600. In a population, total 1600 individuals are there. In these 1600 individuals, 256 individuals are of 256 individuals are of recessive. Those characteristic features are of totally recessive. Means in that population, recessive individuals, their number is about 256. Then find out homozygous dominant frequencies, nothing but p square, and heterozygous dominant frequencies, 2pq. Here they are asking frequencies of p square, frequencies of 2pq. Clear? In entire population, 3 characters are there. The given total number of individuals, the total number of individuals in a population is 1600 individuals. In that, they given recessive individuals, their number given only 256. Then they are asking p square and 2pq frequencies. What is the p square? What is the 2pq? For this, one formula. Here q square is equals to total number of recessive individuals divided by total population. They given only 256 individuals, recessive individuals, and the total number of individuals. So for that, q square is equals to total number of recessive individuals divided by total number of population. Then we got q square value. So here what is q square? Already we know the total number of recessive individuals are of 256. Then the total number of population is about 1600. By calculating this, we got q square. So finally, the q square value is equals to 0.16. 0.16. So now we want q. Already we know q square. For this reason, we have to apply root on both sides. While applying root on both sides, for square root cancel, then q is equals to root 0.16. Root 0.16. Here 0.16 square root is equals to 0.4. Then finally q value is equals to 0.4. According to formula, p plus q is equals to 1. Here already we know the value of q. Then what is p? So p is equals to 1 minus q, then p is equals to 1 minus q, means 1 minus 0.4. 1 minus 0.4 is equals to 0.6. That is p. But here question is homozygous dominant frequency. Find out homozygous dominant frequency. Nothing but what is p square. Along with that, find out heterozygous dominant frequencies. Heterozygous dominant frequencies nothing but 2pq. So already we know p, already we know q. Then what is a p square? So p square is equals to 0.6 into 0.6. So p square is equals to 0.36. This is the frequency of homozygous dominant individuals. Along with that, they are asking heterozygous dominant frequencies. Heterozygous dominant frequency is nothing but 2pq. So 2 into p 0.6 into q 0.4. Then 0.6 into 0.4 and 2. So 2 into 0.24. The next 2 into 0.24 is equals to 0.48. 0.48. So this is 2pq, frequency of heterozygous dominant frequency. Heterozygous dominant frequency is 0.48 and the frequency of homozygous dominant is 0.36. Like these questions they are asking. Okay. Sometimes instead of frequencies they will ask individuals. Same question, but sometimes they will ask individuals. So in a population of 1600 individuals, 256 individuals are of recessive. Then find out homozygous dominant individuals in a population. Along with that, find out heterozygous dominant individuals. Instead of frequencies, they will ask individuals. So for individuals, simply we have to multiply frequencies with a total number of individuals. Frequencies into total number of individuals. So here also frequencies into total number of individuals. You only find out what is this value. Means homozygous dominant individuals how much, the next heterozygous dominant individuals how much. Tomorrow I will ask these questions. Otherwise, if you got answer, personally chat with me. Okay, this is a typical example about Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Along with this, they will ask some other questions also. See, they will ask like this: P is equals to 0.7 percentage, then Q is equals to 0.3 percentage in a Hardy-Weinberg population. In a Hardy-Weinberg population. Yeah, one more example for this Hardy-Weinberg problems. Sometimes instead of individuals, simply they will give frequencies. Directly they will give frequencies and they will ask the total number of individuals. Homozygous dominant individuals, heterozygous dominant individuals, and homozygous recessive individuals, and the total number of population they will ask. Examples here. In a Hardy-Weinberg population, simply P is equals to 0.7 percentage, Q is equals to 0.3 percentage. Simply they given frequencies, dominant frequencies and recessive frequencies given in percentages. Then they will ask, find out total number of individuals in that population, and find out the total number of homozygous dominant individuals, then find out homozygous recessive individuals, and find out heterozygous individuals, heterozygous dominant individuals in that population. Like these questions also they will ask. In that question, simply they given frequencies like this. For this, here they are asking total number of individuals in that population. Here they given percentage. Already we know percentage is nothing but 100 individuals. Then the total number of individuals are nothing but 100 individuals. In that 100 individuals, dominant frequency is 0.7 and the recessive frequency is about 0.3 percentage. And they are asking homozygous dominant individuals. Homozygous dominant individuals is nothing but P square. For this, already we know P, then we have to identify P square. So P square is equals to 0.7 into 0.7. So finally the P square value is about 0.49. This 0.49 is the frequency of homozygous dominant individuals. Then they are asking total homozygous dominant individuals. So already we know the frequency of homozygous dominant individuals. So with this frequency, we have to calculate total number of individuals. We have to multiply with the total number of individuals. So already we know total number of individuals, 100 individuals. So P square into 100. P square into 100. Then this is the 49 individuals are of homozygous dominant. So 49 individuals are of homozygous dominant characters. Similarly, Q square. So already they given Q value 0.3. Then we have to identify Q square. So 0.3 into 0.3, that is 0.9. This is the frequency of homozygous recessive individuals. With this frequency, we have to multiply with the total number of individuals, and finally the individuals answer is 9 individuals. These 9 individuals are of Q square, homozygous recessive individuals. And along with that, they are asking also heterozygous dominant individuals. Heterozygous dominant, here homozygous recessive is nothing but Q square, heterozygous is nothing but 2pq. So according to formula 2pq, 2 into p 0.7 into q 0.3. So 0.2 into 0.7 into 0.3. 0.7 into 0.3, 0.42, sorry, 0.21. Okay, if you are perfect in this Hardy-Weinberg principle, now I want to check your talent, I want to check your knowledge by giving one question. Here I am giving one question. Here the total number of individuals are of 1600. In that 1600 individuals, the total number of dominants are of 256. By using these values, then find out the following question answers. I want answers for these 4 questions. Here the questions are of, by using these values, find out homozygous recessive frequency, then find out heterozygous dominant frequency, find out homozygous recessive individuals and heterozygous dominant individuals. I want answers for these 4 questions. Okay, tomorrow I want this. Otherwise, personally chat with me. Okay, thank you.